2018 Chinese New Year's reading. Now your overall energy card is the moon. This is about your higher self and your spiritual path. Having faith in yourself. This has to do with the duty of your God is the same mission for yourself. You're going to be seeking your higher self. There's an old Latino song called Dos Arbolitos, and it's about two little trees that start to grow, and their roots start to entwine, and they actually start growing around each other. And this is what your soul and yourself and your higher self is seeking, to entwine itself. Now the pig reading received the moon card as the overall energy card too. But it also received the devil, and it was the only two major arcana cards in the reading. And the pig was fighting between light and dark, keeping things in balance, going with the cycles of the moon. But here your main objective is seeking your higher self, your unconscious inner self, contacting with the conscious foreself. This means you're going to go deeper into yourself. The moon signifies dreams, intuition, synchronicities, and dreams are going to show you the way. You're going to learn to walk over and above the detritus of life and not walk through it. Your higher self is going to allow you to do that if you can find it. Now the cards on the left for what you know. You receive the Six of Pentacles and the Chariot. Now if you look at this reading, the only two major arcana cards you have is the moon and the Chariot. And the Chariot is about victory over opposing forces. But here it's not talking about outside opposing forces, it's talking about the forces within you. This is like yin and yang. All things stem from yin and yang. And they're opposing forces that come into harmony. Bring it into balance. If they didn't exist, there wouldn't be any reality of what balance is. If we didn't have evil, we wouldn't know what good is. Now the Six of Pentacles is the card about giving and receiving. It's called the alms card. And I don't think a lot of people realize it, but this is one of the most complex cards in the deck. To balance the giving and receiving, so everybody can be happy, or find some pseudo-happiness. If you give too much and keep giving, you're exploited. And if you don't give at all, you're a miser that'll be punished for that too. As with any of these Six of Pentacles cards in any deck, there's always a scale, a fulcrum, indicating there has to be a balance. You can't give to people that expect it. We
give things to other people that we could enjoy so we can watch them enjoy it. This is giving without desire. And that's a very difficult thing to find. Especially within ourselves, because we're our own worst enemy. We're our own worst harsh critic. Now the Chariot card is about travel and moving forward. It's a movement card. It's the last of the nature of man card. But I think here it's going to be more spiritual travel within yourself, a soul searching, a cleansing. I think you realize too that the Moon card indicates that things aren't really what they appear to be. Most of the time that's fairly true. And the Moon can distort things. It's just a reflective light from the sun that comes back to the earth. Interestingly enough, all of our radio waves bounce off the moon and come back to the earth. It's like it's bringing messages to us from ourselves. Now that's a conundrum in itself. And the paradox is that you're seeking yourself within yourself. But you'll find it. It's just up to you how you lay the cards out. Pun intended here. Because the cards next door, for what is or can be yours, is the Two of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card about happiness and contentment, satisfaction. But it didn't come overnight. There was a lot of sacrifices involved in it. There was trials and tribulations and hard work to get to a point where you have luxury. But you have to understand, luxury is a feeling. It's not a possession or a thing. Now the Six of Pentacles back there is the number 6, and that signifies love, connected to sacrifices. And this card is the epitome of that. But what type of sacrifices are you willing to allow or accept? There's one or two words for this Nine of Pentacles card, and it's elegance and grace, and maybe another one, refinement. You're refining and honing things in your life now. Yourself. You're refining and honing yourself. Now the Two of Wands card is a fire card. It's a card about energy, determination, ambition. This is a great card to have with the Nine of Pentacles. But any two card is about partnership, balance, which goes back to the Six of Pentacles. And more importantly, it's about making decisions or plans. Now keep that in mind, and let's go to the cards next door for yourself or self-awareness. Receive the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. The Five of Pentacles is a bankrupt card. There's been some kind of misfortune. But I always look at it as like a personal bankruptcy, a deprivation of some sort. 5 is a number for obstacles, hurdles in life. Things hadn't been going very well, if you allow it that way. And then you're back at the Six of Pentacles looking for people to help you. Are you to help yourself? Now you have the Two of Swords, which equals the Two of Wands back there. But the Two of Swords is a difficult decision. There is opposing forces that have to be overcome in order to make that decision. You're in some type of dilemma because you have the Five of Pentacles there. Now what it's saying to you here is that what is or can be yours in the center of the spread with the Two of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, you can have that. You can have the grace and refinement of the Nine of Pentacles and making very positive plans with the Two of Wands, or you can be over there with the Five of Pentacles in deprivation and having to make very difficult decisions with the Two of Swords. This is up to you. Now the future cards are really interesting. You receive the Six of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles again, and the King of Cups. Now the Six of Cups is connected way back there to the Six of Pentacles about giving and receiving. The Six of Cups is about memory, your past, your childhood, things that you've learned. And paradoxically, this could be somebody from your past walking into your future. This Six of Cups can be about emotional baggage that has to be thrown over the boat. The hatchet has to be buried. And if it is, then you receive the Nine of Pentacles in your future. And that's connected back there to making good and positive decisions with the Two of Wands. And with the King of Cups there, it's about you taking control of your emotions. I don't think you were doing that if you went into the Five of Pentacles. You were emotionally bankrupt back there if you allowed it to happen. The King of Cups is the master of his passions. This has to do with keeping in balance your emotions. That's what the Chariot card is saying. If you can have victory over your emotions, you're going to have success and you're going to be the Nine of Pentacles woman. If you have control of your emotions, then there's a balance in the scale of the Six of Pentacles card. This is really up to you. You're trying to find your higher self, and you're given a temptation to go with the Five of Pentacles, or you're given the right path of finding the Nine of Pentacles. And I wish you happiness, wealth, and longevity.